Team. Hello, book bosses. It's Abby Connell here, and I'm here for an exciting video today because I'm going to teach you how to actually make sales with your amazing Amazon KDP books, what to do if your book isn't selling. This happens to a lot of people, a lot of self-publishers. I've got some stats here written down I want to share with you. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Abby Connell. I help you find self-publishing success, not just success, but optimal pinnacle success with your self-publishing business. I mostly help people who are self-publishing non-fiction books. So low content, medium content, that kind of thing. That is my jam. We have got the Book Boss Academy. This is a really low ticket membership where I teach all the things step by step in little training modules of how to create different types of profitable non-fiction books. So I'm looking at the little profitable areas out there using all of my tools. I've got all the tools and I do little training modules step by step of how to create those specific books in the areas where I can see low competition and high demand. That's what we want to do. And that's actually one of the key reasons why your book isn't selling. But let's get into that. At the end of this video, here's Binks. Hi, Binks. What's she doing? At the end of this video, I've lost my train of thought, but there's something really exciting. Oh, I know what it is. I'm going to invite you to come and join us in a book optimization auditing session. Now you can come to this session even if you haven't created your book, because you will be amongst authors who not only have published books, but they're creating income from the books, but they want to optimize those books. So we're going to be taking what they've actually done and published and making it a whole shitload better. We're going to make it a shitload better. If you're wondering why I'm wearing a cap, I've got a bad hair day. I don't normally wear a cap. I'm feeling a little bit self-conscious. If my husband was to see me, he would be mortified. Hello, husband, if you're going to watch this video. So anyway, let's dive into it. I've got some notes. Get a notepad, get a pen. I'm going to go through all the reasons why your book is not making sales, but I'm going to hopefully make you feel better about that. And I'm going to give you some fixes. Binks is just on the toilet. Binks, this is an appropriate time. Inappropriate. It's an inappropriate time for you to be making so much noise. Hopefully you can't hear all that noise, but it's deafening here. Right, so get a notepad, get a pen. We're going to go through all the reasons. I'm going to give you the fixes. I'm going to invite you to a book optimization session. A book optimization session. I've never done this before. So this is going to be really, really, really exciting. And it doesn't matter when you are watching this video. I'm going to run book optimization sessions, bless you, at the end of every month. Possibly not December. I'm not sure. I'll have to check that calendar. Right. So Amazon KDP. We love it. We hate it. We're passionate about it. We want to leave it. We want to stay. We want to go. We've got all the feelings, haven't we? But the main thing is my book isn't making as many sales as I wanted it to, Abby. I was expecting it to fly off the digital shelves like a pack of pigeons. Is it a pack of pigeons? I don't know. Anyway, you're not getting the expected sales that you thought because you thought your book was the best thing out there since sliced bread, and it didn't turn out to be the case. But let me give you some stats, and this might help you to feel better about the situation. So the stats are, most people think if I publish it, then they will come, because Amazon, at the end of the day, is a search engine. And people are on there to search for books that they want to buy. So a lot of people have the mindset that if they publish it, then the buyers will come. And that is absolutely not the case. It's a myth. In fact, according to Reddit and Kindlepreneur, and I'm going to have to look at my notes because I don't even know who these guys are, TLR Publishing, whoever you guys are, you've been quoted, and you must be good. But according to these guys, only 90% of Amazon KDP books make less than $100 in their whole lifetime. So 90% of all the books that we're publishing, 90% make less than $100 for years and years. In all those years that they're on the digital Amazon shelf, they're making less than $100. Now, I know I've said that 3 times, but I wanted to sink in, so the chances of you publishing a book and getting sales are only basically 10%. If we start there, that's where we're starting off. Then it says most books make less than $100 royalties. This is what it means. Most books make less than $100 of royalties ever. Ever, ever, ever. Yeah? Don't let this put you off. I've got some good news. But this also means that 5 to 10% of the top books, the top 5 to 10% of books are making 80 to 90% of all the royalties. So basically, all the people in all the world want the top 10% of books. So it's like everybody wants the cream at the top of the milk, and we want to become the cream with all the books that we're publishing. We want them to be the cream that floats at the top 5 to 10%, and all the rest of them are just going to make less than $100 ever. Ever, ever, ever. Okay, so that's one reason why your amazing Amazon KDP book is not making any sales, because basically it's one of the 90% and you're one of the many. You're one of the most people who are publishing on Amazon. Again, don't get disheartened, because I've got good news for you, and we're having this book optimization session which will totally transform your book anyway. So definitely stay to the end of this video to get details of that session. And in fact, I've not even got the details. I'm going to make it up as I'm on this session. I've not even got any details yet, but we're going to have them by the end of this session. So those are the stats. This is what we call the Pareto principle, just for those of you who like to nerd out over Latin phrases. That's for you. And thousands of books are published every single day, but most of them disappear into the void. So they're not searchable by the algorithms, and they're not searchable by the humans. They just fall into the ether, into the pit of doom. We don't want your book to fall into the pit of doom. We want your book to fly like a dove and float on the top and make loads of money. We want you to be rich and wealthy from your self-publishing book business. For those of you who don't know, I started my self-publishing book business. I don't know, it was 5 or 6 years ago. All the years are blurring into one. It feels like yesterday, but I gave up on my first book because I spent so long doing it, and I was trying to do all these illustrations of a crab called Charlotte who had confidence, and she didn't have confidence at the beginning of the book, but she had lots of confidence because she got magic shoes at the end of it. Anyway, you don't need to know the story about Charlotte. The bottom line is, I didn't make any money on that book. It became one of the 90%. I killed myself over the illustrations. It wasn't the right genre for me. It wasn't the right kind of book. I didn't know about profitable books. I didn't know all that I know now. And I gave up my book publishing dream for years. And I only got back onto the wagon here in 2025. And now every book that I publish personally, not necessarily all the ones I'm collaborating on because they're not come from me, all the books that I publish personally are making money and they're making sales. So I've cracked the code. This is why you need to listen to the rest of this video, get a notepad and paper and pen. The notepad is actually paper, and get a pen or a pencil and make notes. Okay, let's do it. So I've forgotten what I'm doing next. Oh, I know. I've got another page of notes here. So why do most books flop? And I've got 4 reasons, 4 main reasons, and I'm sure there's more, but I don't want to bore you to death on this video. I want you to know the main 4 reasons, and then we'll go through all the reasons on the optimization session. And that's not to say, oh, we're going to save all the best ones for the optimization session. We're not. I'm going to give you the main 4 reasons now. Whether you come to the session or not, this will change your book publishing results forever. If you do something about these, you've got to take action, you see. You don't have to go and watch the next video, the next KDP training, the next person talking about book publishing. You just take this book, you take the notes, you go away, you put your blinkers on, and you act on what I'm saying to you, and you'll see the results. I promise. So the first reason, everybody's messaging me whilst I'm on this video. Stop. The first reason why most books flop is that there isn't a market demand. It's an obvious one, isn't it? But there's still people, even my students, and I say this all the time, but there's still some of my students still not getting it. We need to hammer this into your brains. A lot of people create a book that they want to create. They create a book that they want to publish without thinking about, well, is there any demand for this book that I'm creating? Do people actually want this book? So they end up creating a book that they want to create. And then they say, oh, I'm not making any sales. I must need some help with sales and marketing. I need help with sales and marketing, Abby, because I've created this masterpiece book. So to make money, I obviously need sales and marketing help. No, 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 no. You created the wrong book. When you create a book that where there's demand, where people are actually searching for, you will actually make some organic sales. In the first 3 months, if your book has not made a few little organic sales all of its own, then there's something wrong with your book. There's something wrong with the book that you created. Now, it might be any of these things that I'm listing here, but there's something wrong if your book hasn't made any sales in the first 3 to 4 months, let's say. So the fix for that one, I was going to do the fixes at the end, but I'll do the fixes whilst we're on the topic. That's probably better, isn't it? So you've wrote in your notes, um, I wrote a book that people didn't want. There's no market demand. It's not what people are searching for. So the fix for that is you need to fix your book title. Usually we can fit your book. I mean, sometimes you can't. You're trying to fit a square peg into a round hole, but you can sometimes change your title and change the SEO and change your keywords and fix it to fit what people are actually searching for. Not always, you can't always fit a square peg into a round hole, but that is something that you can do to fix that. The better fix is for you to scrap that book and just go, okay, learning curve, might come back to that one day, some other time. Now I'm going to create a book that people are really searching for, that they really want. For example, right now, people are on it online with AI imagery and AI video and learning all about how to automate the whole social media and the whole business using AI. So if you're going to create a book about those topics, because they're hot right now, there's demand for it because everybody's all over it online. You can see where the demand is. Now, there's demand also in all the categories and all the areas on Amazon. All you need to do is download some different tools. I'll post some tools down below this video. If I can find my links, I'll post them below. But the free one, start off with the free one, especially if you haven't published any books yet. The free one is called Kip Scout. My favorite one, I'll link below. What's it called? Bookbeam. I always get mixed up. Bookbeam, and I'll link that one below too. That's a lot more detailed. Okay, so if you're really serious about making this work, or if you've been doing it for a while and you're just coming along some hurdles and stumbling blocks, definitely get that because it's really, really a lot more detailed. It will help you. It will make the difference between sales and not sales. Kip Scout is good too. It's good enough for you to publish books and make money as a beginner. Okay. If you're broke, Kip Scout. If you've got a bit of money, you're really serious, Bookbeam. Okay. So the second thing, so that was the first thing. The second thing, and this is a big one, and this is actually my inspiration for doing this video because I'm seeing a lot of my students in the academy struggling with this, and I can't talk about it enough. I know other people that do books about Amazon KDP go on about it as well, but I've got to go on about it, and that is having a terrible, or boring, yawn, but you're boring my head off, you're boring my pants off, book cover, right? So is your book cover objectively terrible or just boring? Now, I said to all my people in a session a couple of hours ago, I said the test for your book cover is to look at it in the, what's it called? the thread, what is it called? When you search for your books, your book will come up amongst all the others that are in the same category, that are in the same theme, title. Does yours stand out? Does yours pop? Is yours popping? Is it standing out in a good way, like not a bad way? You know, some of these book covers are standing out because they are so bad. Is yours standing out in a good way? And what I'm finding with most of our students is they're creating very mediocre book covers. And because they're posting their books into a sea of other books that are very similar to theirs, the buyers are going to go for the ones with the reviews with a better book cover. Of course they are. You know, let's think. Of course, the buyers are not going to buy your book because your book cover isn't better than the others, and you've got zero reviews and they've got 20, 50, 100, 1,000 reviews. So, of course, the buyers are not going to buy your book. Yeah. It's just simple logic. And I just need that to be really hammered in. I had, you know, a student earlier was like, "Do you like my book cover, Abby? Can you give me some feedback?" And my feedback, 99 times out of 100, is to say, go and redo it. You've got to redo it. It's not good enough. You've got to send it to a designer or work and collaborate with me, and I'll do your book cover for you. We do have a scheme where you can do that. There is no extra fee for it, but we do share royalties. But half of a lot of royalties is way more than 100% of nothing, if you get what I mean. So I make them go away and redo it if they want to self-publish and if they want my help as a coach. So that's really frustrating. It's like they are blind when they look at their book cover, when they look at the others that are their competitors. So if they've got a book called, I don't know, Indian Cookery in the Outer Hebrides, and the other books that are Indian Cookery in the Outer Hebrides have got these gorgeous book covers with these beautiful fonts, and theirs is like clip art. They've like put a curry in the top right hand corner and done a few like Arial font down below, and it's blue and purple and brown, and it looks like a piece of vomit that a 3-year-old created. And then they go, "Oh, what do you think about my book cover, Abby?" Well, what do I think about it? I think you need to redo it, and I don't think it is standing out or popping, and I don't think it is better in your book category. And that is literally what I say 99 times out of 100. Might as well copy and paste my, like, you know, common response. So that is the second thing, a terrible or boring book cover. The fix to that is to collaborate with us at Book Boss. We've got a team of coaches. We've got other people also helping me with these processes. And like I say, it's really super low ticket. It's really accessible for anyone. So at least for your first few books, collaborate with me or someone else who does this sort of thing. Or hire a designer. You can get a designer. I think Georgie in our academy, she hired a designer. I'm sure she said it was $25. I might be wrong. In my head, it was like 1 or 200 for a designer to design a book cover, but I'm sure she said it was 25, and she got an amazing book cover for her French children's storybook. It was for young kids to learn French. And it was great, really great quality. So hire a designer, try harder, look at the other books and think, how can I make mine better? Not worse. Or collaborate with us and we'll do you an amazing book cover. So that's number 2. Let's do number 3. Number 3 is you have got a weak title and a weak subtitle. Now, your title and your subtitle primarily need to be what people are searching for in the Amazon search bar. If your title is gobbledygook, it's like a made-up word, and Amazon doesn't even understand what it is. When people are searching for Indian cookery book in the Outer Hebrides, that's what they're typing in the search bar. And your book is called Wampadoo Cookery Explosion. You know, it's not going to show up when they search for that book, is it? So make sure that your title and your subtitle is solving the problem that your ideal client is looking to solve. What is it doing for them? They're looking at your book, they're looking at your title initially, and they're thinking, what will this book do for me? Your title and your subtitle needs to answer that question. What will this book do for you? Also, your title and subtitle need to be really clear on a small screen. I see a lot of titles and subtitles that are tiny. People are just going to scroll past it. You're going to lose so many sales from having a title, especially, and also a subtitle that is too small. People are mostly on their devices when they're buying stuff on Amazon. We've got to bear that in mind. Actually, some of the best selling book covers have just got a really big title, and the rest of the cover is really quite simple, but it's bright and it stands out in some other way, and it looks well designed. Sometimes it's got a nice illustration on it. You can use AI tools now for your book covers. We've got these incredible AI tools coming through. If you want to learn about the AI tools, come and join our academy. We're going to be diving into that for the rest of this year. What's the next thing? So we've got number four. Number four, that's the reason why your book isn't selling and it's flopping, and that is you've got no visibility. So if you've got no traffic coming to your island, which is your book, by the way, no traffic is coming to your book. There's no bridge. There's a river in between, and nobody can get to it, then you're not going to make any sales. So those are the four main reasons why you're not going to make sales. Now, traffic, how do you get that traffic to your book? You build a bridge. You've got to build a bridge. What is your bridge? It's your SEO. It's your keywords. It's using maybe not Kip Scout for keywords. You can see the keywords with your own eyes on Kip Scout. Bookbeam will give you the keywords. You can see the keywords by searching your competitors' books. You can look through, well, what of all of the competitors that I've got, what are all the words that they are commonly using between the top three performing books in this category? And you'll see, you can put it into ChatGPT, copy, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste their title, their book description, their subtitle, and say, please, can you pick out the most common keywords and phrases from these that are similar from these three book descriptions, and it will list them all for you. And there you go, you've got them all. How easy is that? You didn't have to pay for any tools to use that. You can use ChatGPT for free. So that's building a bridge. It's with SEO and with keywords. You must have your keywords in your title as well, and your subtitle. Also, your title needs to be interesting. You don't want a boring title or boring subtitle, but does have to match the keywords and the searchability, especially if you're brand new to this world. If you're like Mel Robbins, then you can publish a book called Let Them. Nobody is searching those words, let them. They're not going into Amazon and going, let them return. But because she's got a big audience, loads of people know her and love her and have got all her books, the 5 second rule, the 10 second rule, the 20 second rule, whatever she's got, they're going to buy that book. Okay. So she's the kind of person that's going to be successful publishing a book with an obscure title, but you're not. You're like me. We have to create books with obvious titles that solve a problem. People see our titles and think, what's in it for me? Ah, yes, I know. I can see from the title and the subtitle what's in it for me. So that's how you build your bridge with your title, your subtitle, your SEO, using your keywords in your description. And social media traffic. So you could have a TikTok channel, an Instagram one, do some reels. There's lots and lots of authors just reading out a page of their book or showing it. You could maybe get some AI automation. We're working at the moment on automating this process. Just to get some reels out. For example, we're just creating some books called Would You Rather, where kids ask the questions between each other. Would you rather do this or that? You could easily do one of those a day on TikTok and do one of the questions or one of the journal prompts if you're creating a journal or a prompted journal thingamy-bob, a guided journal. You know what I mean. So that will bring traffic to your book. You obviously need to include the link to your book, kind of obvious. And what else? Other social media channels, email marketing, so you can start to grow your email list. We're starting to now add QR codes to our books so that people can download the freebie, they can join our email list, and then they get told when new titles are released. Other traffic, let me think. can probably think of other traffic sources, but you're building, let's say, a bridge every time you create a new stream of traffic to your book. Getting a bit more advanced here, but you can also self-publish on Amazon by buying an ISBN number, and then you've got the opportunity to publish your book in other areas in the online space, and even physical bookshops and libraries can then stock your book if you purchase your own ISBN. Don't do that though if you're a complete beginner and you're not making any money, you're not making any sales. Don't think, oh, I'll make more sales if I have it, on Amazon and off Amazon and in all the bookshops. It doesn't work like that. So make sure you have got a book that is actually selling and do it that way. You can unpublish, then republish with your ISBN, and then you're good to go with the other books that you create because you crack the code. We need to just crack the code. Okay, I've got a few more notes and then I'll tell you about that session that you can come and chat to me about your book. Um, oh, I had a like a closing sentence. Well, I don't know where it's gone. I'll find it in a minute. Right, so what are we doing now? So you want your book to be one of the top 20%, right? So how can you make sure your book is one of the 20%, one of the winners, one of the big swimmers, one of the floaters? That doesn't sound right, does it? These are the things that you need to do. And I'm going to list these lists because they're just the main things. You might want to put these in your notebook. So one is break down what the successful books are doing differently. We've now got aeroplanes flying over. Break down what successful books are doing differently. I don't know if you can hear that. They were created with the reader in mind. Who is your perfect reader? Who is your book aimed at? This needs to be really clear from your book cover. They use data-driven keywords and low competition niches. If your book is one of many in a niche that is so popular, there's 100,000 books in or more, your book is just going to get lost in the sea. So you want to choose niches and pockets and areas of Amazon that have got low competition. And you want to join our academy where I do little modules of all about the low competition areas. So you can see all the low competition areas inside the modules. Or you can find them yourself by using the Kip Scout Kip Scout software that we're Chrome extension. So they use data-driven keywords and low competition niches. They've got visual, compelling covers that pop, and they've got strong hooks. They get external traffic as well. So they create different traffic sources, especially from social media, and they're growing their email list. So you're getting more and more sales with each book that you release. They make their book a part of a series or they create a brand. I talk about this a lot inside our academy. When you create a series, Amazon sends out an email and says you bought this book and these are the others in the series. Would you like to purchase them? And then you make more money because people like one book. They're going to want the whole collection. They get, oh, I've done that one. So basically, successful books are not just books, they are tiny businesses. They're tiny business assets built to convert, attract, and perform over time. So a lot of strategy has gone into each individual business asset. And if you want to build a book publishing empire like me, then you're putting a lot of this same strategy into each individual book and ideally linking your books up as part of series as you go along the process. It's really fun. Like this sounds like a lot of hard work. It's honestly not, especially with AI tools now. You can just really focus on the strategy and get AI to do most of the work for you. If you like nerding out and geeking out, if you like playing chess and stuff like that, this is perfect for you. If you've got an ADHD brain that loves doing all different things, this is perfect for you because this is me. Um, the next step is, well, what do you do next? What do you do next? And that is that you need to give your book a little audit. And this brings me on to our special, what did I call it? The book auditing optimizing session. Wait, so I'm inviting you guys. I'm inviting you. If you're in our academy, hello, and you're watching this video, hello. You need to come to this session. So I'm going to run the session. Let me just organize when it is, like right now as I'm live. The session is going to be held in 4 weeks' time, or maybe, yeah, 31, 25th, the 25th of August, Monday. You can watch the replay. You need to be in our academy. You can just join for a month. It's like super low ticket. It's the cost of like a coffee and a cookie. So you can come to the session. I'll put the link below for you to come to that. It's going to be on the last Monday of every month. It is well worth you joining a session, even if you're new to book publishing, even if you're still creating your first book or still thinking about your first book. It's still going to be super beneficial for you to come to that session to see all the mistakes that everybody made, because they're all going to be talking about, oh, I didn't do that. Oh, I didn't do that, Abby. Oh, yeah, I've done it, but I've not done it to the most optimal way. And we're going to be going through every possible way that you can optimize your book and make it float to the top like the cream. We're all going to be doing that. So especially if you have got books already published, we've got a lady in our academy, Nora. She said today, Abby, I've got over 100 books. I've never made so much money with my book publishing business as I have in the last month since I joined Book Boss. That is what she said in our chat group. So that is the benefit to actually being a part of a community where everybody is learning all the tricks, the hacks, the tools, the strategies, the AI systems and the tech to make sure your book floats and flies. We want a floater and a flyer, not a sinker and a flopper. So if you want to come and create a floater and a flyer, and if you want to ditch your sinkers and your floppers, definitely come and join us. I'll post the link below. I think that's all I had to say. I did have a closing sentence. Let me see if I can find it. And if not, we'll have to do without it. So I'm going to read it out anyway. This might be really shit. So let me read this out. Your book can sell, but it needs your strategic brain, not just your creative heart. I like that. This is not just publishing. This is book business. This is book boss business, baby. So, if your amazing KDP book isn't selling, don't give up. Let's make it a best earner, not just a bestseller. Actually, it's easy to get a best-selling book at the beginning, but then it flops, doesn't it? So we want to make your book the best earner to create you monthly recurring royalties forever, and not just have this bestseller right at the beginning when you launch it. Okay, I hope you've enjoyed this video. You might absolutely hate me and you might be like, I'm never watching this woman ever again. If you are watching this video as part of our academy, I love you guys so much. I'll see you inside the academy. Those of you here on YouTube, make sure you subscribe. You know, you might find the odd other video that you like of mine. I'm going to be publishing regular videos now from now on. This is a part of my business book boss strategy and not my heartfelt creativity, although it's a little bit of both, isn't it? So I'll see you in the next video. I'll see you inside the academy, and I will see you inside the book boss auditing and optimization session on the last Monday of the month. Okay, bye guys.